You have an exciting life for an 18-year-old, let me tell you. What's your favorite part about all this singing and performing?
The people.
What about the people?
I love to be part of their lives, and even if I don't know them. To me, that's important.
You like to find out about them.
Yeah.
You like to know what they're about.
Yeah. Just to know that a song I sang was a blessing to them in some way. That's a good feeling. I always wanted to sing. I always wanted to sing Christian music. I mean, for as long as I can remember, when I was a little girl, I used to watch the Dove Awards. And to know that I'm nominated for things and have actually won one, it's like, oh,
Best New Artist.
I know. Isn't that weird?
By the way, that's a great store. And right next to it is Barolo.
Barolo?
Great restaurant.
Really?
Great restaurant. They have the cutest little courtyard.
I buy my makeup.
I read your bio. Last year you received the Dove Award for Best New Artist. This year you've been nominated for Female Vocalist of the Year. You won Song of the Year. You have a National Target commercial, #1 songs, a record that's gold, and you're only 18 years old. How has all this affected you?
It's a great thing, and I'm really excited about it. I mean, I guess I try not to let it affect me too much, because then I get weirded out.
You have the most beautiful voice, incredible talent, and you chose to sing Christian music. Why?
Because of where I am in my life. You know, I'm still every day searching for truth, searching who I am, searching my relationship with God, trying to develop that more and more and more. That's my first love. That's what I'm going to sing about. You know what? This store looks cute. It looks like it has cute things.
Actually, I think I've been inside here, and yes, you are right. They have great stuff in here.
I don't know that it'd be, the super high fashion, but it's just cute things.
No, it's like for everyday type of, funky. They have cute little bags, by the way. But for shoes, definitely across the street.
Jackie, when was that moment that you knew that you wanted to sing and perform?
I don't think there's been a certain instant where I was like, oh, boom, this is what I have to do. I think when I realized that I wanted to do Christian music, probably when I was like 10 years old, and we hit the road. My family.
You started singing when you were 10.
I started singing when I was 10. My family and I hit the road one day. We were just like, hey, let's just hit the road and evangelize. And I wasn't really singing at the time. I was just kind of doing one song here and there. And I knew I had to sing, and it was going to be something that I loved, which was my faith. The gifts that God has given me.
Who are your musical influences? Who were and who are they today?
My father. My dad has been the greatest influence. I mean, he's had like several groups, the Latinos, the Amigos, the Galleons, just so many different groups. And he's always just taught me things that only your dad could teach you, that
Like
someone
what?
that you knew really well. Like, okay, even stuff down to like hold your mic right here, because when you go down here, you lose your resonance or whatever. He's been so incredible.
Sound like you're his biggest fan.
I am. He's got the best voice in the world. He puts all of us to shame.
How about in the music industry, singers today?
Amy Grant, who as a little girl, I just loved Amy Grant.
Why has she inspired you?
Well, I think the biggest thing was that she started so young. She's grown up with her audience. That's been my favorite thing about hers, is she started when she was 16, 17, and grew up with her audience, and they're still with her. And I think that's the coolest thing.
Do you have a favorite Bible verse or psalm?
My favorite Bible verse is definitely Romans 1:16 and 17. It's a Bible verse I have to live by all the time. The verse says, "The just shall live by faith." As a little girl, I remember when my dad and I and my mother started traveling together. We hit the road one day with $150 in our pocket, and we had like churches booked to sing at. It was a step of faith. And we didn't know what we were going to do. We just had to rely on God. That's what it's all about, is relying on God and knowing He's going to take care of you.
Is there one moment in the past week where you've had to remind yourself of that verse?
Yes. In the past week, I've had to deal with the fact that I haven't been able to sing. Which in my line of work is a little tough. It's a little bit of a problem. I had a hard time singing for like 3 days. And I just had no idea what was going on. And I had to rely on God. Okay, God, I know you're going to get me through this. I know you're going to help me out. And sure enough, he did. And it was just, it's just a proven thing. He always proves himself no matter what.
Oh my goodness, I like these.
These are great.
These are beautiful.
Oh, those are pretty.
Oh, I want
smell those?
these.
Are these like tulips? But they're, I don't know what they are. They
know
look
what?
like
I
tulips,
love
but they're
tulips.
different.
The people that I focus on is definitely the young people. The message that I like to bring to them the most is definitely the fact that I'm dealing with the same things they are. I'm struggling with the same things they are. But together we can make a difference in this world. We can change what's gone wrong.
Describe the overall sound of this new album.
A little more sophisticated. Some songs are a little cooler than they were on the other album. And then we have some places that are a little more solemn.
You have to have a favorite song in this new album.
This new album, I think my favorite song, Speak For Me, that song is so amazing. I mean, you just feel, it's exactly a testimony of who I am and what I believe and what I want to portray. Oh, look at these shoes.
I'm telling you, this is a dangerous place to be down here. Before we talk about the actual video, let's talk about the song, God So Loved the World. What is it telling us?
Well, it's the oldest message known in the Bible, and it's the most well-known by far, John 3:16. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. The most simple of messages, but by far the most important message of them all, especially right now, we need this more than ever, is that knowing and that hope that there's somebody out there in the world that loves us, that would give everything for us, just for us to have one more breath of life. The reason we chose to do the video here in New York was because this is a symbol of the whole world. You know, we can't be it everywhere all at once. But New York is like, you have every culture, every heritage here in New York City.
I believe you're going to be shooting it in, not in Times Square. Tell me a little
Times
bit
Square.
about the video and how it's going to be shot and so forth, what we're going to see in it.
It's going to be all these people, just everyone walking around, not paying attention, symbolizing that the world's just going on. And there's one voice in the middle of it all singing God So Loved the World. And the most amazing message of them all.
You not only have your second album, but you also have a book now. What is that book about?
This book is about looking at life from a teenager's perspective. I mean, it deals with so many different issues. The issues of sexual abstinence, the issues of family, self-esteem, spirituality, sexuality. It just speaks about so many different issues. The way I deal with sexual abstinence, the way I deal with dating.
How do you deal with sexual abstinence? What do you tell kids your age?
I think it goes back to that thing of I have the same temptations as any other 18-year-old, 17-year-old, 19-year-old. But it's how you deal with those things. It's how you handle yourself in those situations, whether you put yourself into that situation or not. And that's what I talk about when I talk about sexual abstinence. I think the thing that has affected me and helped me the most to stay the most grounded has been my family. My family is just incredible. I mean, they keep me grounded spiritually, mentally, and just as a person, they keep me grounded and focused. My relationship with God is the whole reason why I sing. I mean, it's who I am. It's what I'm about. He's everything I am, and he's everything I want to be.